Hey guys, this is Detective Pikachu here, and for today, we have gotten ourselves a bit of a news roundup for today's video. That's right, we're going to be covering all different kinds of sources and news that has been covering for the past week and all. And for today's topic of this news roundup, we are going to be talking about 4 different kinds of Nintendo-related stuff. Well, three related Nintendo things, and 1 being Capcom. So this is really going to be excited. I'm going to be talking about a lot of things that could be happening throughout the span of this year. So with that, let's just not waste time and let's get straight into the news roundup. So our first piece of news is the possibility of another Fire Emblem game this year. Since the latest Nintendo Direct announced a new Fire Emblem game, being Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Three Hopes, which will be released in this June of 2022, Emily Rogers, who is a very well-known Nintendo insider and leaker, stated that there could be a second Fire Emblem game released in this year. After all, we've already been packed with Xenoblade, Zelda, and Bayonetta 3, so maybe another Fire Emblem game could be happening. And not only that, back in 2017, there was also 2 Fire Emblem games that came out at that time, that being the original Fire Emblem Warriors and Fire Emblem Echoes. Plus, in this source here from Eurogamer.net, which is the link that was shown in the tweet, Emily Rogers stated that that this new Fire Emblem game, the second one, could either get an early 2023 release or somewhere between October 2022. And not only that, the game itself is also said that it had over 3 years of development. So you can definitely say that this second Fire Emblem game, along with 3 Hopes, is pretty much almost done with, and they haven't really shown it yet until maybe, like, I don't know, this year of E3. Now, given how they stated that there were 2 Fire Emblem games that came out at that same year, maybe a third one, who knows? I think there was like a phone game that was related to Fire Emblem. I cannot remember, but yeah, I could see a possibility of another Fire Emblem game happening, since after all, there is a thing as history repeats itself. So yeah, there is a pretty much possibility at that point. Our next piece of news is Smash Bros. Related. I haven't talked about Smash in a while, but we've gotten some news, some good news about the amiibos, and slightly bad news for it as well. The first one is the first ever Fighters Pass Volume 2 character, Min Min, who will be releasing on April 29th, 2022. So that's pretty much around time to spring. So yeah, for those Min Min fans and, you know, ARMS fans in general, you can definitely get this well-detailed Min Min amiibo right here. But for the slightly bad news right here, it turns out that the Steve and Alex amiibo was supposed to be released in spring of 2022, but was later delayed to later in this year. There's no exact release date, whether it's summer or fall of this year, but it was delayed because it was due to logistics and production delay. You know, I don't really mind if they delayed it at some point, since they wanted to make the Steve amiibo pretty much perfect. But my question is, how could this really happen when, you know, Steve himself and, you know, Steve and Alex themselves are, you know, squares? That kind of confuses me. But hey, you know, delayed further, and, you know, making the amiibo better. I like that kind of way. Our third piece of news is Capcom related. You see, last week there was a thing known as the Capcom Countdown, and many fans were either hoping for something, you know, something like a big announcement from Capcom, since after all, like I stated in that video, it's been quite a few months since Capcom has given us anything, you know, big or something new lately. But it turns out this time the Capcom Countdown was revealed to be a brand new Street Fighter game. Yep, Street Fighter 6 is finally happening. It took like 6 years for this game to happen, but it was definitely worth the wait. And even though it only showed up 2 characters, that being Ryu and Luke, they're gonna be showing off way more information this summer of 2022. So I assume it's either the Summer Game Fest or E3 when Capcom is gonna get a slot there. So yeah, for those Street Fighter fans and Capcom, you can finally get some more. You can finally, you know, stop and, you know, yeah, Street Fighter 6 is finally happening. And, you know, this is not the only Capcom news, because for those who like more fighting games made by Capcom, they announced that you will be getting it this year on June 24th of 2022 with the Capcom Fighting Collection, which will be featuring games like Darkstalkers, all 5 games to be exact, Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Red Earth, and many, many more. Not only that, not only will we be getting these sort of games as well, we can also get ourselves a online rollback netcode, which is a great thing for those who cannot handle any laggy matches online. So yeah, we got ourselves two big Capcom things at the same time. We got a new Street Fighter game and remastered versions of, all 10 of these classic fighting games with rollback, with even good rollback netcode. So that's pretty much a good sign right there. And now, finally, our last news is related to Pokemon. You see, back in 2019, which is the same year of the movie Detective Pikachu, it was announced that it will be getting a sequel to the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it's been quite a while right now since it's 2022, and it's been really, I guess some time since we've gotten any latest news on the sequel to Detective Pikachu. I'm gonna be honest, I legit forgot that it exists. Like, there's been a lot of different Pokemon games that came out throughout the year, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Legends Arceus, and you know what I mean. The real thing that I'm just kind of confused is how exactly is Detective Pikachu doing at the moment. Well, on the Creatures Inc. Recruitment website, and it was translated by VGC, a program referred as KT reveals that he is working on the sequel to Detective Pikachu, programming a drawing area, while also creating a system in the environment development office that will serve as the foundation for future game production in general. So yeah, for those Detective Pikachu fans and Pokemon fans, do not worry. The sequel to that game is still happening, so you don't have to worry at all. I'm just wondering if they're ever gonna make, I don't know, another movie featuring Ryan Reynolds and all. But with that, this is the entire news roundup of today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. What do you all think of a second Fire Emblem game happening this year or maybe next year? What do you all think of the release dates of the amiibo? Are you guys excited for the Min amiibo? And are you all sad that the Steve and Alex ones are delayed? What do you all think of the new Street Fighter 6 and a new remastered games full of Capcom fighting games? And what do you think of Detective Pikachu 2 still in development? I want to know all your opinions down below. And so with that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, follow my Twitter, and if you guys do not want to subscribe, then that's completely fine by me. And remember this, once a legend, always a legend.
Like a Hellcat.